So how can you pinpoint what or who you want to embody? Like, which future version of yourself do you want to embody? I like to call it versions because there's so many versions of me present right now. So I'm just going to pick like one version of myself that I am not wanting to take with me into the future because, I'd rather not have this version of myself, whether it's it's just something undesired that I'm not wanting to keep. It can be a lack of something, a seeming lack of something that I'm longing for that is not in my present life. It can be some personality trait that I'm just done and over with myself, complaining, blaming, being afraid of, money, love, relationships, success, failure, all these things. It can be just anything. Start with that. Start with figuring out, and this is like a paper and a pen or journaling about what you're not keen to take with you into your future. You would just rather leave it right here and right now. So there you have what you don't want, and then from there you decide what version of yourself do you want to be instead. How do you want to replace that part of yourself? Do you want to be more happy, more excited, more in connection, more in belonging? Big one for me. Like community and sense of freedom, which might be connected with your relationship to money. Maybe you want to be able to speak your personal, absolute, individual, unique truth without feeling a battle with your ego about it, but just showing up. Maybe you want, health. Of course, if you're not healthy, then that's going to be on top of your list always. And so, yes, blessings to anybody who's not well at this moment listening to this video. Just sending you the image of your healed self and just encouraging you to step into her or him as soon as you can. Fall in love with them, the healed version of yourself. Anyway, so just my blessings to you. Get well. You are well. In another timeline. Get to that timeline. And bless you on your path to getting there as soon as possible. So whatever we desire, we pinpoint that down from knowing that we long for it. So when we identify something that we long for, we're definitely looking at everything from separation, point of separation. Do you agree? But that's okay as long as we're aware of what we're doing. So if we're aware that we're looking at it from a perspective of separation, it's one perspective. It's fine to have the perspective of separation. I'm here and you are there, as long as we're conscious about it. Because when we're conscious about it, we're not really separate from it. We are above or greater than the separation, just being aware of it. Anyway, that's another topic. So that's the first identification. I long for it. Okay? And then once you've identified something that you long for or long for more of, what do you do next? Turn the longing into realizing, and now you need to work a bit with your mind, your thoughts, your intelligence. Be smart, okay? Realize that you long for it. Why? Only because you love it, okay? The only reason we long for anything is because we freaking love it. Now that's a different feeling, isn't it? You can see it right now as I'm talking about it. It's moving it's shifting between energies in my body, which is my life, and it's shifting between energy centers in my body as well, which we could also go into in another talk. And so going from longing to loving, that's your first practice if you want to practice with me. This is what we do in Embody Your Future Self, in the process of embodying your future self. And the first part of it is what I used to call drop into your soul. Well, I still call it drop into your soul. That's like step one, drop into your soul. This is what I long for. A lot of people need to begin here on a daily basis. I need to begin here some days. Trust me. Some days I'm like, gosh, what do I really want from life? And I'm like, wait, okay. What do I long for? I know what I long for. Pin it down, identify it. Then move it from what I long for and the big separation from it that implies to, look at this smile, how much I love it. And love is the only freaking reason that I long for it. You know, I long for it because I love it. And then I've moved, boom, up into my heart from lower parts of my body where I'm like in separation and looking outside to find it in order to feel it. And then I move up to my heart and I'm like, this is not such a bad feeling. I don't care as much if I actually have it in my life or not, because I'm feeling how much I love it. Whoa. That's a really, really, really healthy place to begin. And for instance, if you are sick, if you are in illness right now, start there and just start moving your prana, your chi, your life force, your life energy from the lower centers of your body, like your survival centers in the body, or the first 3 chakras if you're a yogi, to up to your heart, because it's gonna like just make the heart swell. It just does that on me right now. That's why I'm smiling. And if you're not smiling, you can smile to help the heart smile. Now I'm so used to connecting with my heart that it automatically makes me smile because I'm used to this connection. But if I'm not in touch with this connection, or if I'm not used to this practice, then smile and see what happens. That's what I tell my students. I'm like, now you smile if you haven't already begun to smile. Put a smile on your face and see how your body responds. And your heart will start to swell, and all sorts of good things will start to happen from that swelling heart. You create coherence in the heart. If you want to know more expertise about this, check Heart Math Institute or Dr. Joe Dispenza, or somebody else who speaks even more into detail about what exactly happens in the heart. I speak into detail exactly what happens when you embody, when you bring embodiment into this dimensional reality of yourself and embody the consciousness that you are vibrating at. In order to vibrate higher and higher as consciousness with embodiment in consciousness. So it's a spiral upwards. Anyway, I love evolution. So now you're here. Now you're in your heart. You know that you long for something because you love it. And then you've actually really affirmed that you're on the right track. You've identified what you want more of, because the heart knows. And it's like, oxytocin, just thinking of it. It's like, spreading all these yummy chemicals into your system, and you feel love. You start to feel it. And the more you feel it, the less separate from it you feel, because you are. Because all you're after is the feeling of it. And 2000s, what are they called? Anyway. So that's how you begin, and that's how you know what you're after. And once you got that, then the journey begins to embody it and let your body know exactly how to log into or lock into that future version of yourself. And I will speak to you about that in the next video. Much love.